right, I'm live again. Y'all come on back in, family. Having some technical difficulties here today. We're going to try this again, everyone. Y'all come on in here. I am so sorry about that. I hate technical difficulties. They happen, but they don't happen to me usually. So I had to restart everything. Y'all come on up in here. Come on. We're waiting on y'all to come in. File on back into the room. Y'all file on back in. Yeah, I'm back. RM. I am back. I am back. How are we doing today?
Oh man.
Yeah, let me read. Hold on. Echo difficulties. I'm back on now. Okay. Yes, we are on, y'all. How are you? Kratos, how are you? Sir Michelle, how are you? I'm back. No, I didn't finish and took it down. What ended up happening, I don't know what's going on. So I use StreamYard to broadcast. StreamYard, and see, it's giving me a hard time with ShanTina. Let me add her back in. Okay, ShanTina, you
Okay.
back? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's doing. It's acting crazy, but we here. We here. I got it up on my Facebook page, so if y'all want to go over there, y'all can. ShanTina, you're coming through strong, loud and clear. I'm coming through loud and clear. Watching the Ravens. That's pass interference. I knew it. I'm watching the Ravens and San Francisco go with it. I don't think the Ravens are going to beat San Francisco. Have they been shutting Lamar Jackson down? Now it was the feminists that did it. It was the feminists that did it. It was the feminists. You had to lay hands on your laptop, Ariam. Yeah, man. You know the feminists in Shea Butter Twitter. They came and cut my internet connection. They said we're not having it, Gabe. That's what happened. And he fumbled on a run. Okay, yeah, Lamar. I figured something was going on. His score is a little closer than what it should be. San Francisco's a real good football team, though. So I mean, if they lose this game, I mean, hey, yeah, that was pass interference all day. But anyway, we back. We back, fam. We back. Hello, 1112 Queen. We were deep in here. Then I had to restart it. I am so sorry. But you know that's what happens. We're gonna try and play the video again. I hope I can play it. If not, I'll just have to play it from my phone. But today we're talking about protection is earned, not given. And when we first started, again, I have my special guest today, ShanTina. We're gonna be breaking this video down. And as I explained earlier, there's a video that has gone viral, and it has gotten a lot of attention of a lot of the manosphere and just people in general across YouTube. And a lot of people are discussing it. So I thought I'd get my 2 cents and discuss exactly what is going on with this video. As many of you may know, some of you may not, that April Mason, she's the social media influencer, made a video stating that her cousin was almost abducted, and basically, in short, that men need to step up. So I have the video here. It's 14 minutes long, so it's a little bit lengthy. I'm going to go ahead and start it up. And hopefully, as everyone files back in, they can kind of get the gist of what's going on. I hope this video play. But here we go. As you see, the title of this video is I'm Heated and Something Has to Be Done Now. I am so pissed off right now to the point I feel violated myself. You know, I feel like this shit shouldn't be going on.
As you know, for those of you that watched my broadcast earlier, I was at the radio station doing a radio interview with Magic 107.
Gabe, can you hear me?
The girl, what's going on?
Yep.
And she said, April, I needed to call you because I need you to be careful. And I said, what's going on? Walking in the Camp Creek area. And she said, as she was walking, a car pulled up, a gray with black windows pull up. And she's facing this way, they're facing her. She said immediately her something didn't feel right. So she got on her phone as though she was calling somebody. And she said she turned around to go walk back toward where she lives. They slammed the door and followed her. She went to walk back toward the store, and they tried to follow her. And she said she started, and they did a U-turn and tried to snatch her. She said she walked in the Circle K. The circle.
Y'all can't hear the video. It's in and out. There's something going on with StreamYard today. Y'all said it's in and out. Is the sound in? Can y'all hear now? Can you guys hear it now? Let me know if you can hear it now. Okay? Let me go back a little bit because I want y'all to hear this.
And on my way home, I decided to stop by one of my favorite restaurants in East Point, Loving It Live. And I was gonna go somewhere else. I was gonna go somewhere in Buckhead since I was out that way. And I was like, some just kept saying, no, go to East Point, go to East Point, go to East Point. So I went to East Point, and I'm sitting there having early dinner, and my cousin calls me, and she's hysterical. And I said, girl, what's going on? And she said, April, I needed to call you because I need you to be careful. And I said, what's going on? Three motherfuckers just tried to take my cousin in the car in Camp Creek. She said she was on her way to work, walking the street because she works over in the Camp Creek area. And she said as she was walking, a car pulled up, a gray Charger with black windows pull up. And she's facing this way, they're facing her. She said immediately her something didn't feel right. So she got on her phone as though she was calling somebody. And she said she turned around to go walk back toward where she lives. They slammed the door and followed her. She went to walk back toward the store, and they tried to follow her. And she said she started walking really fast, and they did a U-turn and tried to snatch her. She said she walked in the Circle K on Camp Creek, right by the Camp Creek Marketplace. She said she walked in, and one of the dudes got out of the fucking car and walked in and kept following her. She said, April, I was walking extremely fast, and he was walking behind me really, 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 really fast, tapping on his side like, bitch, I got a gun. I said, see, and my family know, I can be the most kindest, the most gentle, the most ladylike, feminine, all of that stuff, but I'm refined hood nigga. And at the end of the day, when you start fucking with my family, that's a whole nother thing. So she was telling me when she called me, I said, I'm in East Point, I'm on my way over there right now. And I get over there, she's still shaking, telling me the story, and I'm like, okay, this shit right here, I can't. The reason why it bothers me so much, y'all, is because the men that are stealing us look like us. Now, I know it's other men, other non-black men, but the fact that these fuckers look like my brother, look like my son, look like my uncles,
Now, I want y'all to listen to what she just said, okay? I'm not going to do too much interrupting of the video because I want you to grasp everything she said, and then we're going to go back and we're going to chop up game. But I want you to hear what she just said. She said, what makes me upset is that the men that are abducting, this is basically what she said. that the men that were abducting her cousin or that are abducting us look like us. Okay? And this is a very dangerous rhetoric. This is why I'm going to have to pull back on encouraging men to protect black women. I'm just going to have to take the L. I made a video about it because I got kind of upset about the chick in Houston. I'm going to have to kind of just pull back a little bit on this. And this is why. Okay? Because of what she just said. She said that the men that are kidnapping us look like us. Okay? But this gets better. I want you to continue to listen. Again, I'm not going to interrupt this again. I just want you to kind of focus on that. And I want you to see where this narrative goes. Okay?
Our Father, those that are supposed to be protecting us, that's the shit that gets on my motherfucking nerves at this stage. So she said as she's in the store, she's walking around the aisles really, 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 really fast, trying to get away from him. And he's on her. And she said, April, I turned around and he had this piercing look in his eyes like, bitch, I'm about to snatch your soul. She said, if the lady in the store would not have said, sir, 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 is this something you're looking for? She wouldn't, she said she believes he would have put the gun to her back and took her up out of there. She said she waited and finally, she said they went outside and they waited for her to come out. So she ended up calling an Uber and so she can go to work because they had left. She said as soon as she got in the Uber, these motherfuckers followed the Uber, followed her to work. The Uber driver asked her what's going on. She said, I gave him a brief of what was going on. This bitch ass is gonna say, I got to stop fucking picking up women because I don't want to be involved. That's the fucking problem. We need our men to stand up. I'm gonna challenge every one of you that claim you a good man and all of this stuff. Stop talking about the fucking problem and get up and protect us, goddammit. Because the fact that we in Camp Creek, this is in the middle of the motherfucking day. She called the police. And she said, April, what really got me about East Point fucking police is as she was telling them what happened, what happened, his ass was sitting there smiling and told her, well, I'm going to take the report, but there's not much we can do. I'm calling out the East Point police right now. The fuck you mean ain't shit you can do? She said he followed her in the Circle K on Camp Creek between Desert and what's that, Washington Road and Desert. It's that Circle K right there. How the fuck you gonna say ain't shit you can do? 3 dudes in a car almost snatched her. And this is what really got me. She said after her son came and while she was at work, she said they walked after everything calmed down. They walked over, was going to the store, the Chipotle over there. And she said, April, I screamed. I said, what happened? She said, because the same car was right there. Them motherfuckers was at Chipotle. What that says to me is there is no fucking fear. That's what that shit says to me. There is no fucking fear. If you could, 3 men in a car could be riding around trying to snatch up my cousin and y'all bitches gonna go sit down and have motherfucking lunch? Is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? And then I said, okay, well, what did he say? What did the police say? Are they going to investigate? He tells her if she wants an investigation or she wants to push it, she has to call and get an investigator. East Point Police. I'm saying this and I'm saying it directly to you. Get this shit the fuck right. Because the last thing you need is somebody, all of us coming together causing some ruckus. You better find these motherfuckers before we do. That's all I'm going to say. You better find them before we do. Because what will happen is if you're going to sit there and smile in somebody's face and then we take on ourselves to take care of ourselves, you can't be mad. I I told her, I said, cousin, you know how I am about my family.
Okay, I've had enough of that. I've had enough of that. Yeah, I'm done. Okay. Okay. Before I get started, ShanTina, did you have any thoughts on this?
I have plenty of thoughts on it. Well, first, I was paying attention to the words that she was using.
And keep
And
in mind, guys, we're gonna double back because this story gets better. Now the video's about 14 minutes long. StreamYard, I don't know what's going on with it. It's acting crazy. The feminists don't want me to go in today, but we're gonna do this. You got the gist of the story. This story gets better. We're gonna talk about what she said, but we're gonna come back and I'm gonna read an article to you guys, and I'm gonna talk about how dangerous this rhetoric is. But I want ShanTina to kind of give her thoughts because again, she's a woman, and so I didn't want this to be, what they call a man hating fest. We're like, oh, he's just a man and he's just mad, he's just hating. I wanted an intelligent woman to come on and give her thoughts about this. So ShanTina, go ahead and give your thoughts, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna read an article to you guys about this particular case. Okay, go ahead, ShanTina.
well, what stuck out to me was she said that her cousin said that she believed that he wanted to put a gun to her head, and the he had a look in his eye. Um, when something is happening to you, you react a certain way. If you feel like you're in danger, you call the police. Um, you just do a lot of things, and it just seemed to me like there was something that it was like fabricated, like it just didn't, the dots weren't connecting because it didn't make sense. She's walking around and going into stores and she's saying, oh well, they're following me, and I'm like, well, the story just did not sit well with me. The pieces just weren't connecting. And the more and more stories I've been hearing about it, even on my timeline, there's women forwarding stories about, be careful, and they're out here snatching women. It's like this victim mentality, um, like they want to attract that, like they want to be rescued. They want to always cry out for men to come in and save them. But what are men saving you from? What is it that you're saying? You're not being specific. It's just people are going online and just making videos about not being quote unquote protected. And so I think that's the biggest issue that I have. And I also feel as though you're saying, well, men need to step in, but they don't even care about the men stepping in who may possibly be endangering their lives over some nonsense. Because there have been plenty of times where I've come out of a store and people, men were walking behind me when they were just going to their vehicle. They weren't trying to do harm to me or snatch me up. They were just going to their vehicle. But I don't have that mindset. I don't leave my house every day not feeling like I'm not protected. I just go and do what I have to do during the day and I go home. I don't go around looking for people to save me from something. And I think that's what I'm getting when I hear these stories. Everybody wants to be saved, but it's more on the lines of just wanting some type of attention and trying to create something that's not even there, really.
First off, the thing I noticed the most is this is supposed to be a femininity teacher, and
Exactly.
she's using this vulgar language. It was absolutely disgusting to see this. I don't talk like this. And she's talking like a truck driver. So that's first off. As someone who supports a femininity influencer, I thought this was absolutely disgusting. Like when I come home from kicking it with my fellas, or if I come home from work, I don't want to come home and hear my wife talking like this. She talks like a truck driver.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was disgusting, just off rip. Just, looking at the situation from Jump Street, I thought this was disgusting. Okay. She goes on to say she's a refined hood chick. And I'm telling you, I've told fellas before, and I'm going to say it again. Y'all need to watch these chicks that talk that whole I'm a refined hood chick mess. That's a bunch of garbage. Because you can take the hoe out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the hoe. And a lot of chicks like her, I call them police bandits. Because a lot of good chicks, they love calling the cops on niggas. You breathe hard on them, and they want to call the police on you.
Well, it's that victim consciousness. They have that victim mentality that somebody's always trying to attack them. And
right.
You have to ask, well, what happened to you? What happened in your childhood? What happened to you? What did you not get that you have to spend your adult life walking around in a constant state of fear?
Right. Right.
And to add, and this is somebody got on me for saying this, but I said, who's snatching women over 30 anyway?
See, we're about to get into that because I actually have a picture of the lady as well, and I hope StreamYard lets me actually post this story that I'm gonna read. But I made a status yesterday too. My second point was, let me say, and this is gonna sound harsh, as someone who is a follower of Tariq Nasheed, and I'm a follower of the Hidden Color series, I'm well aware of organ trafficking and sex trafficking. He had a whole section in Hidden Colors 4, I believe, that talked about that. It was 3 or 4, I can't remember. But he talked about the human trafficking and and ma'am, and Angel Nicole, don't get me started today. Don't get me started. The point I'm saying, if you're over 200 pounds and you're sitting over here and you're over 40, sex traffickers, they're not taking you. Let me say this again for you idiots, you silly bras that get on here talking all their noise about this sex trafficking. If you look like a boot in the face and you're shaped like a garbage truck, they're not going to take you. They're not trying to take you and put you in the back of the van. You ignorant for saying it, Angel. Nobody is trying. Listen, sex trafficking is about money. It's about one thing. At the end of the day, it's about money. And nobody, if they want your organs, they're not going to look at you at 250 pounds and 5'3" and trying to put you in the back of a van. First off, let's be real. Second off, if they're going to put you in a sex trafficking ring, they have to have clients that want to pay for you. Nobody's paying to sleep with the Pillsbury Dough girl.
And let me add something. There sex trafficking. There's a reason why they're after young girls.
Hold on, somebody get Angel out of here. See, you better be glad I'm in my mom's house because I'm on vacation. I'm with my folks. I really want to tell you about yourself, and I really can't say what I really want to say to you. But I want one of my moms to get her up out of here. It's people like her, and the whole point, the reason I'm doing this broadcast is because we have these ignorant broads like Angel. They push these narratives, and they're going to start getting black men killed. Because the whole point about this is the woman lied. The woman made a false report. And we got these ignorant black women running around here talking about, why ain't y'all protecting us? And making false reports and false claims. And see, when these cops start shooting us in the street like dogs because y'all are out here making these false claims, y'all gonna be silent. Please get her out my chat. Talk about somebody ain't got enough followers. Where your channel at? I'm tired of seeing this junk. Everybody want to sit up and talk about why these men not protecting us, and this ignorant fool made a false report. These cops don't mind. They don't care about shooting and killing black men. Why do you? Tariq talks about this all the time. Y'all need to stop calling the cops and getting white folks in our business. See, and I'm going to talk about that mental illness that a lot of y'all have. Right, she got 133 subs talking about some, I ain't got enough listeners. Ma'am, I have triple your followers. Let's not go there. Get her out my chat. I'm not gonna deal with no trolls on this subject today. I'm not dealing with it. I'm gonna say it here, and I didn't even want to get this far into this yet, but she don't really piss me off. I'm saying it now. Women like Angel, they don't deserve protecting. Whatever happens to chicks like that, let it happen. Sitting up making false police reports and everything, but you're still looking in niggas' face talking about why you ain't protecting us. And I'm sorry, ShanTina, I didn't really mean to cut you off like that.
Oh no, I understand.
I wanted her gone because that made no sense at all. You sitting up here talking about why she not lying. There's a whole story I'm about to read here in a minute where she made the report up. And you want to know what April Mason did? She didn't apologize or anything. This old hoe, and this is why I tell y'all about these old broads over 40. April Mason's 43. She doubled down on her lying. That's what she did. Niggas out here getting shot dead like dogs in the street. But instead of apologizing and saying I'm wrong, she doubled down on the dysfunction and the lie. And I got this light-skinned hoe in my chat sitting up talking, there ain't enough people here listening to you having an attitude. That's why I'm going to start telling these niggas to stop protecting you broads until you earn it.
But Gabe, did you see what she wrote? She said, are we checking, the kidnappers are checking for IDs. But you see that mentality that, you know, when Nicole talks about being in your prime, you have women who think they're in their 30s and their 40s. They're still in their prime. And that's really what the whole, what the thing is. Once you pass 30, prime is done. So nobody for you to traffic you for anything.
Steal you. Go take care of your grandkids, Grandma. Nobody's trying to steal you and put you in the back of a van. Nobody's trying to steal. You walking around here looking like a pack of boneless ribs, talking about somebody's trying to steal you. Are you kidding me?
You remember the movie Taken when they were taking all the girls under 20 years old and they wanted virgins? That's the reason why they were.
So spare me if I have no sympathy for this 42-year-old woman talking about she was abducted. She looks like the bottom of a shoe.
But she wasn't abducted, was she?
No. It was
and somebody said, well, in the chat, are we making light of an abduction? But she was never abducted. She was running around saying that she felt like they were going to do something to her. But to me, that sounds like a personal issue. You walk around feeling as though someone's going to snatch you. And how old are you?
She was lying. And that's what I'm talking about. And I'm going to start talking about mental illness in black women. Because we got too many broads out here walking around here, mind gone. They're functioning mental cases. Who wakes up in the morning and says, I'm going to file a fake police report and I'm going to say that I was being abducted, even though I really wasn't. And she's not the only one. We have too many functioning mental cases walking around here, putting black men in danger. See, when she said that there was a black Charger out here, and shout out to everybody in the chat that came in, we heavy in here today. When she said that there was a black Charger following her around, and that it was 3 black men. Do you know how many niggas got Chargers in Atlanta that are gray?
Yes.
And so what you do is you intentionally make the block hot. You have all these cops trailing all these gray charges with black men. All the cop gotta say is, "Who? I feared for my life." Bang, 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 and you got dead black men. Because you out here, something wrong with your mind. You won't go and get help and talk with somebody and figure out why you feel like you have to make a police report to get attention. You won't do that. So you put all the black men in Atlanta that are driving gray charges, you put them all in danger. And instead of getting on here with her 32,000 followers and apologizing, this woman doubled down.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not gonna tell these men to protect y'all no more. That's over with on this channel. Until you women begin to earn it and show and prove that you want the protection, I'm not gonna sit here and tell men to put their lives in danger for you ungrateful broads. People could have got killed behind what she did.
Mm-hmm. And she's claiming that the East Point the police are retaliating against her cousin for reporting the incident. So she's still claiming that.
Have y'all seen what ShanTina? Have y'all seen what this woman looks like?
I saw it, honey. I saw it, and I read the article and I closed it out and I went to sleep.
Do you see what this woman looks like? Y'all.
Yeah.
See, that triggered me. She done got me going on. I didn't mean to get this far this soon. But this don't make no sense. Her high yellow behind coming in here trolling and stuff with 133 subscribers. Shout out to Janelle Santos. How are you, ma'am?
And also, she forgot to add, and I think Frank mentioned it in the chat. He said that there are more women who are assisting with snatching,
with the sex trafficking. Right. She's sitting up here talking about, oh, you got 3 black men, and these men is sitting up here and taking it. Women are the ones that are doing it.
Yeah, they're involved because it was good money. That's what one female told the judge. It was good money.
Right. She said it was good money. That's why I got involved.
Mm-hmm.
So you got black women out here assisting these folks, taking y'all, snatching y'all, putting y'all in vans. And the reason is, why are you helping these people in this sex trafficking? The money was good. I guess she wanted a Michael Kors purse. So in order for her to get a Michael Kors purse, she got to help snatch y'all ladies up and put y'all in the back of vans.
But this goes back to what you said about mental illness, because I'm noticing more now where women automatically think because they're women, they are quote unquote good, and they're labeling men as evil or bad. And that is the sickness right there. When you think you're good because you're a woman.
And shout out to everybody listening on Facebook. Alonzo, Ajani, Tammy, I see y'all. But this chick, literally, like I said, and I'm still going to read the article because it has to be read. I want y'all to know that I'm not lying. I really want to put her picture up, but the way that my internet connection is going,
No, you don't want to try in the chat now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to put her picture up, because if you're looking like this, ain't nobody trying to abduct you. Ain't nobody trying to abduct you. Like, we just got to start being real.
They don't want real, Gabe. They want you to tell them what they want to hear.
Welcome, Janelle. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. So I got guests over here, y'all raising my blood pressure. I really want to cuss, but I really can't cuss like I want to. And that made me mad seeing that chick come in here talking about, so you ain't good enough listeners to have attitude.
And the comment that was irrelevant. You were trying to make a point.
That's what I'm saying. These brides know what I'm talking. These chicks know what I'm saying is true. So let's get off. Let's be a distraction to what you're really saying and bring up something that's irrelevant. But she's gone. So, Mr. Washington, thank you, sir. A strong supporter of the channel. He says, April Mason has exposed the dysfunction. As a husband, I'm not assuming any unnecessary risk that can make my wife a widow and my son fatherless. Absolutely.
Exactly.
I'm not telling these dudes. See, y'all want to have protection without rules. Y'all want to sit up and do any and everything that you want to do. Like, bro, you sitting over here making a false police report, and like I said, instead of just admitting that you were wrong, you double down. You double down, April Mason.
Well, somebody made a good point, and I forgot his name, but he said this was they got the attention that they wanted, because clearly that's what they wanted. If you're going to lie about a report and then she goes she makes a video about it, yeah, they just got more views, more attention.
That's what it really boils down to. And with April, a lot of these dudes, and let me get on these simps before I read this article really quick. Let me get on you niggas sitting over there in April Mason's chat. Y'all gonna see her in a minute. I'm gonna try to pull the article up. All you niggas sitting over there co-signing her.
Did you see that video?
Yeah, I saw that video on Facebook. All them sorry Negroes over there with no spine. Oh, April, oh, you're right. You spineless, goofy niggas. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I give my top 3 most detrimental people to the black community, I say it's older black women, single moms, and simps. Every time you start seeing stuff that could negatively affect the community, it's one of the 3. It's single moms, it's older black women, or it's simps. One of the 3 or all 3 are involved.
Mm-hmm. And he said you're not a real man if you don't protect black women. But my thing is, at what cost? I don't believe in jumping in and just protecting somebody if your life is in danger.
Right. They want dudes. See what it is. A lot of these chicks, they want dudes to be sitting out here fighting each other because it's like an ego boost thing.
It's a Cinderella complex. They always want to be rescued. They always want to be rescued, and it's because of what they didn't get in childhood. My daddy left. I'm abandoned, so I need somebody to make me feel validated for the rest of my life. I need to be rescued, and they'll even go as far as creating a situation just so somebody can jump in to save them. It's something that they created, and that's the mental illness part.
You got all these soft, gluten-free niggas running around here co-signing this garbage.
Gluten-free.
These niggas that walk around here talking about I can't have that piece of cake, it'll make my stomach bubble. Them niggas, these thong sounder wearing niggas walking around here starting this junk. This really made me mad. I wasn't this irritated when I started, but I got real irritated. Just thinking about them sorry niggas on there co-signing her. Yeah. Now, if you got a great charger and you're in the metro Atlanta area and they put a report out like that, your life's in danger. Mm-hmm. Literally.
Because we know there are plenty of innocent black men behind bars. And they have no problem with locking black men up. So for you to go online and tell that story, it's dangerous.
Y'all leave Janelle alone. Now, look, niggas. Let me say this. I know she's a very attractive girl. Don't start nothing up in here with her. Leave her alone. Y'all see a pretty girl and you lose your mind. Niggas, if you over here, don't harass her. I will block you. The women over here are cool. Okay? Y'all chill. She's light-skinned and pretty. We see that. Leave that girl alone. You niggas see titties and ass, and y'all lose y'all mind. Chill. Relax. Leave her alone now. We see her. She's nice. She's a very sweet girl. Y'all leave the girl alone. She just over here trying to get some game. Y'all leave her be. Now she says, this is a real good point. She says she does what most black women do, double and triple down on the effery, never apologize and hope it blows over. Exactly. That's why I'm going in. Because y'all, I'm sick of this doubling and tripling down on dysfunction. Pretty Priscilla Pink says, I'm going to give me some water here in a minute. So why does no one wait till the actual evidence is shown? Do y'all really believe the same police departments that frame black folks in this corruption have absolute? And that's my whole point. And Nicole said that East Point is a working class area for black folks. It's heavily patrolled. You see what I'm saying? Now, if something had popped off and they had shot an innocent black man, most of these black women, you're not going to see them anywhere around. They're going to disappear. And that is a really good word you said, ShanTina, about the Cinderella complex. And everybody we in here heavy today. We in here got 68 folks. We had 70 people in here. You know, if you like the word that me and ShanTina are spitting, man, feel free to donate at paypal.me/ultimateblackman, or you can do the Cash App at $ultimateblackman. But that's my whole point there, ShanTina, with a lot of the doubling down on the dysfunction. There's no apologizing, no saying I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's they double down on the ignorance.
Well, you'll never get an apology because they don't see what they did is wrong. It's like I said, they see themselves as good and innocent. Right. So they're never going to apologize for that. Normal people like us, we don't operate from dysfunction, so we see where the wrong is. But see, them, dysfunction is their normal, so they don't even. It's like, oh, whatever. That's the problem.
Right, absolutely. Nicole says, and Nicole's an Atlanta native, so she says she mentioned Camp Creek area that's near Hartsville Airport, heavily patrolled, broad day. Right, and see, that's what I'm saying. And also, so I'm gonna tell you another reason I knew this was a lie, because Nicole would tell you when this story broke, I shared it with her and I told her she's lying. I said that April's cousin is lying. It was the first thing I said. Frank is my witness. I told Frank too. I shared this with him. I said, bruh, this chick is lying. And the next day it came out that she was. She said Frank said some of us can't be reformed. We have to leave them behind. Absolutely.
Yes.
Nobody was following her. And when I put this picture up, you'll understand why.
Gabe, I saw the surveillance video from the convenience store. All I saw in there was a woman walking in the store with a bonnet and house slippers. I don't know if that was the female who reported the false report, but I didn't see anybody following anybody. So I'm like, well, you're saying you will follow. Where's the evidence? But we already know she lied. But
okay, there's actually a video.
Yeah, I watched this video. Yeah, I saw that
video of it. I'm gonna open up the article. All right, y'all. I'm gonna start sharing. There's another 7 minutes or so. And thank you for everyone that's subscribing. Got a few subscribers. I really appreciate you for subscribing. There's more video. There's more of the video, but she's at this point she's just rambling garbage. Let me the lady, the cousin. Let me show you the cousin. Is there a such thing as toxic femininity? Because I heard the term for men. Yes, there is a such thing as toxic femininity, Janelle. Absolutely. Did I do a broadcast on toxic femininity, or did I talk about that in the defense team? I think I did a show, and I think I'm gonna really start pushing toxic femininity, ShanTina. I think I'm gonna have to start doing it.
Yeah.
Chanel says she's shaped like she's shaped like a garbage can, and she looks like the bottom of a boot. She looks like the bottom of a boot. She does. Let me. I'm about to share it out, and I'm gonna read the article to you guys. And we're gonna have ShanTina give her thoughts on this. Let me share my screen, y'all. Yeah, no one knows where the Uber driver is. She's sitting up here, made a whole story talking about the Uber driver said, I'm gonna have to start picking you. I knew that was garbage. Ain't no Uber driver gonna say that. Fool.
But if you're being followed, why the hell are you jumping in the Uber?
Because you're lying. You ain't called police or anything.
She just walking around in circles. Oh, let's get in the Uber.
Right.
I gotta get to work. Call Uber.
Right. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's the story, y'all. Woman accused. Can y'all see this on y'all screen? Let me go back to StreamYard. Let me take this down. She said that would be the problem. Right. All right, here we go. Give me a second, child. East Point. Mrs. V, how you doing, dear? She's a good supporter of the channel. All right, I'm going to see if I can make this bigger. Let me see if I can make this bigger for y'all. Yeah, there it is. Y'all ready to see what this chick look like? And I'm going to read it, okay?
I'm not ready.
Women accused of filing false abduction claims turns herself in. Y'all, this is April Mason's cousin. This is the lady who says she was being abducted. Right.
Is that her mugshot?
This is her mugshot. Her name is Cynthia Larrett Collier.
And she smiles.
This is her.
No,
I kid you not. I'm not making this up. This is what she looks like.
And she's 42.
42 years old, talking about somebody trying to put her in a gray Dodge Charger and abduct her and put her in a sex trafficking ring.
Bless her heart.
This what this woman looked like. I want y'all to take a real good look at that. She's not. She looks like a trash can. I'm telling you, as a man. We just need to start. Everybody want to be nice and play politics and ain't nobody trying to snatch this chick. Nobody. She can walk in confidence, knowing nobody wants her organs and nobody wants to lay with her. When you do sex trafficking, people pay the sex traffickers
top dollar
for access to you. Ain't nobody paying to sleep with her. Can we just be real?
Nicole said, Lord help us.
Everybody wants to be nice and sweet and don't want to say the obvious. Who's going to pay to sleep with her? Look at this woman. Y'all sitting up in here talking about something, but she's not. Look at her.
And Gabe, on my best day, I still would never worry about nobody kidnapping me.
Ain't nobody trying to snatch this lady. Period. At 42 years old.
But when you say that, people get upset.
If y'all don't like it, I'm sorry.
She can clean the van. Maybe that's what they were trying to get her for.
Maybe they're just trying to get her to do. She looks like a troll.
Needed a maid.
Pretty Priscilla Pink, you said that she's not bad looking, but she's overweight. That's my point. Ain't nobody trying to snatch her at 42 looking the way she looked. Even when you start talking about organ trafficking, like people stealing organs, they're not going to steal the organs of somebody that's 42 years old. They're just not doing it.
42 and lying about being kidnapped. That's the
biggest thing.
Yeah.
She's 42 years old and lying about being kidnapped.
Exactly.
Now listen, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Y'all don't think she ugly. I think she looks pretty rough.
Well, I know some good looking women in their 40s, but I mean, like I said, nobody you sex trafficking is money. People are paying top dollar, and the top dollar comes with young, fresh women in their prime, not with
Devin, dear, you're irritating me. Ma'am, nobody's taking you and you're 40 years old. Listen, I know it's hard. I know y'all don't want to listen to that. It's really hard for a lot of y'all to grasp that. Nobody is taking anybody over 40. I'm just going to be real. When they find these women that are actually being sex trafficked, they always say that the women are between the ages of what? 18 and 25.
And sometimes they're younger than they're younger than 18.
They're younger than that. They're younger than 18. When they actually find the ones that are being trafficked, they're always under the age of 25. Always.
Mm-hmm. And they're mainly snatched from the school because they, that's where they see. When I was in high school, that's where everybody would hang out because they wanted that young, fresh, that fresh meat, the young meat. So they would hang out around the high school to come and snatch or pick up who they wanted.
Right. Thank you, Mary Saint. 15 to 25.
Yeah.
I'm not, listen, I do this research. I'm not just, I know y'all think I just get on a mic like a lot of these other YouTube niggas and just talk. But anytime when they give you the age ranges, it's always between teenage age range. It's never over the age of 25. Never, ever.
But the main issue is that she's 42 and lying about it. That's what concerned me. Why are you're lying at this age? That's what children do to get attention. But maybe that's what this is. He's mentally a child trying to still get attention.
Possibly, Janelle. She said they wanted her for damn mother hilarious.
Yeah, they wanted to be in charge of the girls like Della Reese.
Come on now. Right, like Cynthia Brown's age. Right, Nicole. Like, we just gotta stop, because see what's happening, y'all are pushing this rhetoric that men are snatching y'all and y'all want men to protect y'all, and you're making it dangerous for Black men.
Exactly.
It's already dangerous enough for us as it is. I'm getting ready when I'm done with this broadcast. Me and my mom are gonna go to the store. I understand as a Black man, when I leave out this house, there's a chance I might not come back because a police officer will pull us over and shoot us because he was scared of his life. We just gotta start. See, y'all, when you come over here, I'm gonna spit real.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody else around here lying to you, don't want to be honest. But ain't nobody stealing 40-year-olds. Ain't nobody stealing chicks that are 5'3", 215 pounds. Ain't nobody finna wreck their disc in their back, throwing you in the back of a van. Nicole, she doubled down. April Mason doubled down.
Well, she's still maintaining that her cousin is telling the truth. That's what she's doing. That's why you're not going to get an apology. She's saying no, it happened. She's saying the police are just mad because they didn't do their job, so they're retaliating against her. And the article said that a cousin turned herself in. April is saying that the police came and arrested her cousin.
But she turned her. Can I just be honest?
Go ahead.
Just you correct me if I'm wrong, ShanTina. This chick here was the chick in college nobody wanted. She was looked over in college. All her friends were getting their backs blown out, and April was getting all the niggas. You know what I'm saying? She was getting, when they would go out to the club, April got chose. She never got chose. All the dudes skipped over her and looked over her. And now she's using this crisis in America to feel loved and wanted. Can we just be real? Can we please be real, y'all?
I think it's another classic case of arrested development. A lot of, I'll say Generation Xers. We grew up so messed up. We didn't have fathers. We were violated in our childhood, so we never healed from it. We never got the help that we needed. So this is why you're seeing. So I'm hearing a lot of men say this. They're meeting grown women and they have this childlike mentality. It's like they're physically 35, 40, 50 years old, but it's like they're still 10. They can't critically think. They're always whining and crying and overly emotional, emotionally unstable. The list goes on. So this is what we're seeing. So this whole trafficking thing, in my opinion, one, I think is a distraction. But two, women are jumping on the bandwagon to get some type of attention to feed that void that they never got to be healed from. And that's what it is.
Pretty Priscilla Pink, and that's a very good point, ShanTina. That's why I have you on today, because you're making some really good points. Pretty Priscilla Pink says men are taking as well. As someone who is a plus size man, I have no qualms. Ain't nobody trying to snatch me.
I've never.
Why would they? Men. They don't want my organs. So yes, men. It happens to men. Tariq did, and she did a whole. It was in his documentary. He talked about that. How you see some men, they'll be on the side of the road. They find their organs gone.
Oh, you mean taken for organs? That's what you mean.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely.
That's real. I mean, but ain't nobody trying to snatch me and put me in the back of the van. What they gonna do with me?
Again, like you said, our people have found another way of gaining attention and trying to jump on this bandwagon. But I think it's a distraction because we have so much to deal with. I mean, our main focus should be trying to heal and come together and build our families. This situation is causing, it's continuing the separation because we're already at war, Black men and Black women. And now this is another issue to further separate the gap. Because for you to come on and say, well, where are the men? I mean, and I told somebody this before, women who have grown up in two-parent homes, they speak a totally different language from women who grew up around other women.
Right.
So they grow up thinking that it's everybody else's responsibility. Listen, when I was in church, this was years ago because I haven't been in church in about 20 years now, but the pastor stood up in front of the church and he said his wife wanted to go out at 10 o'clock at night to the CVS because the coupon was going to expire at midnight. So she was trying to make it to the store before midnight to use the coupon for some freaking detergent. Anyway, he told her, you're not leaving this house at 10 o'clock. You can go tomorrow and get what you need. She says, but the coupon is expired tomorrow. He says, well, you just have to get it at full price. Do you know he told that story in front of the congregation that morning? Do you know those Black women, all you saw was neck rolling, teeth sucking? I would have went out anyway. Ain't no man gonna be telling me I can't go to get what I need. I don't care what time it was. I mean, I couldn't believe the reaction that he got. And all he was saying was, this is my wife. I'm here to protect her. Had she went out and something happened to her, guess what? They be looking at him. You let your wife go out at 10, 11 o'clock at night and somebody bashed her in the head or killed her. Now what? So they would have blamed him for her being silly for trying to go out at 10 o'clock at night.
Absolutely. That's a great breakdown.
But he said the Black women were upset. Ain't nobody gonna be telling me, I do what I want to do. And I'm like, I said, oh, you, what?
But then they'll turn around and say they want protection. Frank, you make a very good point here. ShanTina, that was what you just said. That was great. Frank says thousands of sisters are missing. Our attention should be focused on them, but we can't do that with women lying for attention. Bingo. So I hope people in the chat that disagree with me get that.
And also I'm hearing about your sisters that are missing, but what they're not talking about is a lot of those women who've gone missing. A lot of them have run away from home because they're trying to get away from their dysfunctional mothers. Because a lot of them are being abused, or they got the mama's boyfriend at home, so they just leave home. But it's reported as them missing when really they're running away, especially the ones that are you like under 18. They're leaving home because they're trying to get away from that nonsense. And some of them turn to the street. They start tricking or they start stripping. Because I heard there's a stripper culture and everybody's leaving home and they just jump on a pole to make some money to support themselves. But see, we don't. Nobody's talking about it. It's just, oh, they're missing, as if somebody's coming and snatching them. When the reality is, these girls are running away. But it stems from dysfunction, and we cannot correct it because we don't want to say that we're dysfunctional. We want everybody else to just come in and acquiesce to the dysfunction. Well, I want to be out at 10, 11 o'clock at night, so the black men need to protect me. Why are you out at 10, 11 o'clock at night? What is out in the street? Why aren't you home on the bed?
Because I'm strong, independent. I can do what I want, and can't nobody tell me what to do. Now, you black men better protect me, and you better do it, or it's gonna be a problem. But can't nobody tell me what to do. I'm strong and independent. That's the problem.
We can't have it both ways, and that's the problem. You want what you want when you want it, and it does not work that way.
Nicole, you make a really good point. She says lots of police man hours went into this wild goose chase. Who did this chick owe money on the streets that goons were following her?
That's what it sounded like to me.
Maceo and Big Mike broke this all the way down. And shout outs to Power and Strategy. If y'all want to subscribe to them, it's I think it's Power and Strategy is their name. Those are your Ohio cats. They can really break it down on a street level. Because I'm not a street cat. I'm looking at this from more of a square guy perspective. Those are street dudes. They know the rules to the street. So that was a great breakdown they had. That was a real good point, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all can check it out.
Somebody following you. What's going on?
And so that's my whole point, is that you got this chick sitting up here. She's starving for attention because she wasn't loved properly when she was younger.
But they will never admit they have a problem. They will never get help. Never. And that's the sad part.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. And instead of these women getting help, the help that they need, they do stuff like this to get attention and to feel wanted and to feel validated. Let me read this article really quick. It says, Cynthia Lorette Collier, 42, faces charges of filing a false report of a crime. She surrendered to authorities on Thursday. East Point police say Collier met with an officer just before 2 p.m. on Sunday, reporting an attempted abduction involving 3 men at an East Point Circle K store. There is the surveillance video. It says Collier told police a man followed her around the store and ended up staring at her watching. Police said Collier also believed the man had a weapon based on how he kept tapping his hand in his pocket. Police said after reviewing the video surveillance from inside the store, they found no such behavior was exhibited. A store employee, who Collier told police was ignored by the man when asked if she could help him, said he was just trying to buy a lottery ticket. Video from outside the store also countered a claim by Collier that a man was following her in a Dodge Charger as she used a ride share. The ride share driver also told police Collier made no mention of being followed to him. Investigators determined the claim of the abduction was false and took out a warrant again on Collier. Okay, stop sharing that. Hey.
She said she believed the man had a gun based on the fact that he was tapping his pocket. Are you serious? Are you serious?
And let me know if any of y'all want to hop on. Let me know. I got 4 more spots, and we can really chop this up.
Gabe, did you read that? She believed that they had a gun because he tapped his pocket?
Listen, y'all. I don't know what dope she was on, who her dope man is, but whoever he is, and they need to let him know that whatever product he has, that he's official. Because the way this chick carried on, she says that she thought the dude had a gun because he tapped his pocket. All the folks she said were involved, she lied on. You got niggas in there just trying to buy a lottery ticket, and she's making them as witnesses.
That's a classic example of somebody who seriously had a dysfunctional childhood. She needs she needs what you call it? Electromagnetic therapy. Like just zap her behind, because that is just, oh, that's dangerous.
It's beyond dangerous. It's again, it pushes a narrative, and this is why I'm so. And Nicole, she said something in the chat that made a lot of sense. That a lot of these dudes, we're really sick of a lot of this crap. I know I am. I'm tired of all this ghetto hood crap, all this low budget cheap mess.
I'm tired of it too, and I'm really tired of the functioning Black folks who are emulating that dysfunction. I know too many people who were raised not perfect. I'll say they were raised well, but they're trying to live out this fantasy of this hood life, and it really upsets me.
LAR, check your email, sir. And we deep in here today. We got 80 folks in here listening. Look, y'all, if y'all like the dialogue, we got 80 people in here right now. Those are what my numbers are on me. So we deep. Everybody's engaged in the conversation. I appreciate y'all for coming by. Y'all make that bell ring if you would like. Of course, I have no requirements for you to donate. But if you'd like to put 5 on it, you can go ahead and hit that PayPal up, paypal.me/ultimateblackman, or you can do the Cash App at $ultimateblackman. I'm sick of all this hood crap.
Mm-hmm.
All this, attention seeking. It's attention whoring. Black women specialize in attention whoring.
Yeah.
I'm opening it up, Nicole. I'm opening it up. I got LAR. I sent you a link. Anybody else want on? Y'all let me know. Email me. Let me put my email in. I'll open this up. ultimateblackmanradio@gmail.com. Y'all email me if you want on. Y'all email me. We can get this popping. Like this chick, Mrs. V, says she watched too many criminal shows. She's sitting in her home watching CSI. She want to be a part of the NCIS. Man, I'm sick of you hoes. I really am. And I'm tired of Black women defending the dysfunction. So from here on out, I'm not encouraging men to defend no dysfunctional broad. You chicks need to be on somebody's couch.
The sad part is, Gabe, for every one Black man like you that speaks truth, there are 10 other men who will follow behind those women who are playing the victim.
Right. That's what I said. The simps really irritated me the most. The simps sitting on April Mason's page.
That's the sad part.
They're really irritating me.
Because when I saw that video, he's saying, "Well, you're not a man if you're not protecting, Black women." I'm like, what?
Yeah. Like, dude, what are you talking about? Right. And Mayor Sank, you make a very good point. She says that she's encouraging Black women to date out because her cousin lied.
What?
She did. She did that in one of her. She sure did. I'm glad Mayor Sank brought that up, because you gotta remember there are 2 more videos after this one.
Oh God.
And she's basically encouraging Black women to date out. Now, first off, you got to qualify to date out anyway. You chicks walking around here at 250 pounds with the shoulders of a linebacker, these non-black men don't want y'all. Okay? Let's get that, just make that point clear. Second off, you lying about, so this is what I'm talking about. Anything to avoid the root of the problem. How is her cousin lying indicative or equivalent to black women just need to date out?
That's always their answer, dating out. That's always their answer, but they never.
You got to qualify to date out too, and that's what nobody wants to talk about. Nobody's going to want to deal. See, and that's the thing. They'll sit up and they'll submit to these other men. And let me say this: when other men are looking at you and determining if you will be a good life partner, they look at how you treat your own kind. Why would a white man want to sit up and date you? You talk about your own kind the way that you talk about them. Why would he want to sit here and commit himself to you?
Actually, that's why.
Oh, LAR, there you go. You all go ahead, brother. Go ahead and say what you got to say.
I'm gonna back up a little bit because I'm gonna say something. How you doing? What's happening, fam? And ShanTina, what's going on?
Hey, LAR.
What's up? Like, I ain't got no problem with April. I think she's cool or whatever. This situation sucks. Reason why
I can't say what I want to say about April. I'm trying to be respectful.
No. That's just. I'm just saying my opinion from looking from afar.
You're good.
But here's the thing: if that was a white woman who made that allegation, wouldn't even black women start dragging her through social media? Wouldn't she be Walmart Wendy or something like that?
Right.
Yeah.
So what is so now with a black woman's line, which this happens, sisters go silent and now it's black men's fault.
Mm-hmm.
This a problem because basically everything you could like now and guys get tired of it because of this type of thing. And when I heard about the thing with April, and they said there was an extent where she was like, she felt like she wanted somebody to come protect her. Because she felt. Now here's the thing. This woman lies. She feels scared. She wants somebody to come protect her. If somebody would have took her up on that offer and messed around and raped her, it would have been because she invited somebody based on a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Rose Garden, you're being an idiot on my channel, and if you keep on throwing these little jabs, I'm gonna delete you. The police aren't going to file charges against you if they don't have evidence that you're lying. You idiot. Period. I'm so you niggas come on my channel. You guys think with the third grade mentality. Can you niggas spell?
No.
Can you count to 10?
No, the people who say that they're right and they're delusional. That happens to black men where you got proof and you still go to jail. That don't happen to black women.
Thank you, LAR.
They're black men who you keeps getting out of jail, DNA evidence. They make movies about this with black men. They don't make movies about this with black women, because that's not what happens to black women. You know,
LA, I want you to speak to this right here. Pretty Priscilla says it's impossible to stay within the race. Not enough good black men to go around. Some will be single forever, and others will find love outside of us. I ain't mad at them. Just don't bash black men. What do you have to say to that, LAR?
You know, okay, screw it, Gabe. Here's the problem with that, and I'm gonna just be straight up honest with no disrespect to our women.
You're good, brother.
There are too many black women who think because they're a black woman that makes them a good person.
ShanTina said that earlier. She said that earlier.
Yeah, like
she said.
Being a black woman does not make you a good person. As a matter of fact, because I did a live about this earlier. Black women can lie and can still be a good person. Black women can use people and still say they're good people. Black women can manipulate and use their children and still say they're good people. Black women could go back and forth in their sexuality and still say they're good people. Black women could be complete hypocrites like, I can date out, but you are traded to the race and still be good people. Black women can lie, cheat, and still break every commandment and still go to church and say they're a God-fearing good person. Now, why? Because I'm a woman. No, your actions say you're not a good person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is the problem that we have, and a lot of brothers are getting tired of, like, sometimes when they think men are bashing women, I don't think women actually look. I think sometimes black women look at life like white people. Everything is an isolated incident, but you keep seeing it over and over and over again. Like, you got to remember, and I brought this up just like 2 weeks ago. Alicia Keys was on that thing talking about a lot of men put fingernail polish on their nails. That was a blatant lie.
Blatant.
But because she's a mother, we just gonna let that slide.
Mm-hmm.
We just gonna, it doesn't matter. You got and I brought up the young chick who was with R. Kelly. Now R. Kelly's a monster. Wait a minute. You was his girlfriend a month ago. Saying one chick is mixed while she's dating a white dude. If she could have kids, her kids would be mixed. But the other girl don't know the black experience. But you see, like, this type of stuff, ladies don't realize how prevalent this is. And we don't have to bring up celebrities. The lady was beating her kid, talking about she'll break his face a few weeks ago.
Mm.
You know, like, one of the things is a lot of our sisters don't want to acknowledge that there are a lot of black women who just aren't good people.
Ooh,
exactly.
Gospel truth.
And the more you see it, it's like, there are women who cheat on their men. And it's not like if you could take black men out of the equation just for a second and look at your life absent of black men and the decisions you made absent of black men and the things you did absent of black men. If your decisions were bad and you were doing bad stuff, you're a bad person. Men have always been somebody's excuse. I did this because of a man. No, you didn't. You did it because that's who you are. And
it's their truth. It's their truth. That's why I tell people that whole my truth narrative is dangerous, because everything they do, they'll say, well, this is my truth.
Right. And brothers have been very lenient. Sisters don't realize this. We talk about black men being violent. Abortions have killed more black people in the last 40 years than murder.
Mm-hmm.
But brothers don't, we like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. We have a, and I would say this as a black man, I love black women, but we have far too much patience and love for sisters at this point. Because when you blatantly lie, get caught, and then it's your fault, it's our fault that you got caught. Come on, man.
That's why I was with that guy when he made that video. I'm like, you're basically you're co-signing with a lie, and you're putting other black men in danger by saying, well, you're basically saying black men are supposed to protect no matter what, and that's dangerous.
And
that's dangerous.
And that what goes to my topic of the show today is that protection is earned, not given. It is earned, not given. I'm not going to sit here and tell black men to protect y'all no matter what. And you got folks like April Mason co-signing this mess, because that's what this is. Mess. It's real messy. I'm not going to sit here and tell brothers, these young men that follow me and that are looking for guidance to cover and protect y'all no matter what. And you got chicks out here that are falsifying documents and falsifying statements because their ego and self-esteem is shot. And then you have women over here, they're going to co-sign this mess. I'm not going to encourage these men to cover and protect y'all. I'm just not. You're going to have to earn it. Just like all these other groups have to earn the protection from their men, you're going to have to earn it from us. This woman's supposed to be a femininity influencer. And one of the keys about being a feminine woman is acknowledging that you're wrong and correcting your wrong. And instead of correcting her wrong, she doubled down. She's still doubling down. She did a video this morning doubling down.
Of course she did. As long as she have Sims defending her, I mean, of course.
So I'm not gonna sit here and tell. Let me tell you something. Just like I'm gonna be on these older black women and these Sims, I'm starting to see a rise in these quote unquote femininity teachers. A lot of them are fake. And on this channel, I'm gonna expose a lot of these fake femininity folks. The only real one I know is Nicole Michelle. I'm on record saying it. All these other broads out here teaching femininity, talking about they're living in Europe, in Italy, in France, scamming folks. I'm gonna cook them on this channel. Because we have to start making a distinction between true feminine women that deserve protection and you messy hoes.
See, like I had made a video not that long ago, and I talked about it earlier today. I was driving from the gym. Sister had a blowout. Another sister tried to help her. She was in a white dress on the side of the freeway. So I pulled over and I helped and I changed the tire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we could do stuff like that, but I'm not finna pull up in the middle of a damn fight just to get in the way. Like, I might stop a fight from happening, but I'm not finna jump in the middle of a fight because I don't know who started what. Like, even when we talk about protection.
Hey, y'all get highest octave out of here. You look like a hoe in your picture. Your mammy was sucking my dick last night, hoe.
Get
her out of my chat. I want her gone.
If anybody has ever been around cops, they'll tell you the most dangerous calls they take is domestic violence calls. So even police don't like doing it, and it's their job. What do they say? The fights can always go left. You don't know if he gonna do it or she gonna do it, and they could come together and fight you.
But do you know here in Maryland a couple of months ago, do you know a husband lost his life? He was a police officer. He lost his life because a woman ran to his house, knocked on his door. He opened the door, and the man, the boyfriend that was chasing the woman, shot them. He shot the husband. So a woman, she lost her husband because he's responded to a domestic violence situation. But I heard no woman on my timeline talking about the unfortunate situation, because they're thinking, oh well, at least that woman's life was saved. But do you know she would have went back to him had he not killed himself? That's what people don't understand. You can jump in these situations all you want. At the end of the day, they're gonna go back. I hear it all the time from men when they say they jump in a situation and that woman will go right back the next day to that boyfriend or husband who beat her ass. I tell people all the time, don't jump in between and women will yell at me, how can you say that? I said, because you don't get in between dysfunction. She's just as dysfunctional as that man is who's beating her ass. There's something in her that maybe she likes it. Maybe that's just her. She's familiar with it, but you don't jump in because that's her karma. She has to learn.
And we don't like to talk about stuff like this, which is odd, because you can't say you like bad boys or bad boys are attractive without this element. You can't. And it becomes problematic, just in my opinion, because I know, like most black men, just like you ask a black man, have you ever had a gun pulled on you by the police? The answer is going to be yes, if he grown. You can ask the same black man, do you know of a woman who's either got beaten or went back, or who dealt with somebody who almost got her killed and stayed with her? The answer is always yes. You know, and people don't want to talk about how many people have got hurt, how many people have got shot, how many people got killed, how many people got locked up. Exactly, Nicole, they'll bail them out of jail. But you know who you won't bail out of jail? The guy who comes to your rescue.
Exactly.
You know who you won't go see in the hospital? The guy who got shot because of you or stabbed. You know who you won't go to their family, or go to their kids if they die. The guy that risked his life and lost his life because of you. A lot of these sisters don't want to. It's just like I know women like that.
I do too. And the sad part is they think that that's what another man is supposed. They think that another man is supposed to risk his life to save them. And I'm like, you don't even value your own life, but you think somebody else is supposed to value you more than you value yourself. And that's the problem that I have.
What you call it earlier, ShanTina, was Cinderella complex.
Cinderella complex. Man, rescue me, save me. That's a mental illness.
That's gonna be my word of the day tomorrow. Cinderella complex.
I got neighbors next door who fight each other. You know, they were outside going at it. You know what I did? Because I heard yelling, and I went to look just to see, you know, what was what. And I saw they were going at it again. I turned off my light, and I got my ass in the bed, and I turned my music on just so I couldn't hear that noise. And people, why you ain't doing nothing? I said, I don't have to do nothing. That's their dysfunctional dance. Let them handle it, because at the end of the day, the cops will call before, and she went back to him. She let him in her house. This is what they do, and I don't know why people don't. They always want to get involved, but the woman is just as bad as the man. They're both dysfunctional. You can't fix it.
See, I don't think like sometimes when I have conversations with women, the women in my life, the friends or whatever, the one thing that keeps coming up is women acting like they don't know. I don't know women like that. Yes, you do.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know women who look what Tony said. Like, I don't know women who cheat on a man, but you said your girlfriend is cheating on her man. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know women who lie, but your girlfriend lied to the police on a guy. Your girlfriend lied in family court to make sure she got custody. You know people who lie. You know, I don't know people who use people. Yeah, you do. You know, all them times your girls went out on dates and you went out on dates because you just didn't want to pay for stuff, or you went on trips with guys knowing you didn't like them. You do.
When I was in high school, girls used to lie to the boys they were sleeping with, and they would say, I'm pregnant. The guys would give them money for an abortion, and those hoes took that money and went shopping.
And went shopping every month.
I'm pregnant. Here, take care of that. Thank you.
That's the type of stuff that we don't like. We don't even address it enough in the community where, you know, these situations, they're people clap about it. When it comes to putting throwing a guy under the bus, people cheer this type of stuff.
Yes. Well, it's the same. It's that mentality of what goes on in the home stays in the home. Just like when girls get molested by the uncle or the cousin. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about that. We gonna sweep that under the rug. Be quiet now, because we don't want nobody to know what's going on in this family.
And the crazy part about that, I was listening to a woman talk about that. You know who keep that secret? The mothers make you keep that secret. Because when that happens in a family, that don't tell your daddy or your uncle, because somebody gonna get their head knocked off. You know, and I've seen the situations where people don't tell, and I've seen the situations where people lie and it has to and drag somebody into court and it finds out to be a lie and just walk off like nothing happened.
Well, in my situation, the stories that I've heard was they will blame. You know, I knew a girl. She said her mother told her, "Well, of course he did whatever he did to you. Look how you be walking around the house with without your robe. Put a robe on. He won't touch you no more." That's what she told her daughter.
And to have that type of person in the house says a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have, and I can say this, you know, sometimes some of these mothers, when they get lonely, they're very reckless. Not just with their children, but they're reckless in how they act as in front of their children. You know, when guys say don't date single mothers and stuff, people don't talk about how many women walk around half naked in front of their kids, or naked in front of their kids, depending on the age. You know, people don't talk about, you know, you can have sex and she'll get super loud in the house and wake up the whole house. You know, people don't talk about these type of things, and it's like this type of behavior and co-signing this type of behavior and doing things like this
Hey, y'all get rid of Ruby's son. We are providing solutions.
No, hold up. Let me do this. This sounds like a bunch of bashing and complaining with no solutions. Okay, let me do it for Gabe. Fine. You want a solution? Here's some solutions. Don't lie on people. Don't use people. Don't cheer lying and using on people. Do not go around using your body and sex as a weapon and teaching your daughters to do it too.
Here's another solution. Marry before you carry. That's the main solution here. Marry before you carry, so you don't have to worry about if a black to protect your asses. You can let your husband protect you. How about that?
Marry before you carry? You mean to tell me I can't be out here having raw sex? That's not a solution. That's why I don't take these folks serious. They come on my channel trolling, talking about, oh, what's the solution? The solution is stop hoeing. Like LAR said, stop lying. And like ShanTina said, stop having babies before you're married. That's the solution, you idiot.
But they won't do that because you know what their solution is? Government assistance. That's their solution.
No, you know what? Let's add, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing and keep blaming black men for it. Because what's going to happen, and I can guarantee y'all, some of y'all people like this, what's going to happen is y'all going to keep going down this rabbit hole of bad decision making, and you blame men for everything, and you're going to start dating women, and they going to act worse. That's what keeps happening. Exactly. No, I'm just telling you, that's what's going to happen. You and your girlfriend's going to get closer and closer and closer, and then you're going to start dating her. And then she going to act worse.
And those lesbian domestic violence situations, ooh, those women, women get their asses beat harder by their lesbian girlfriends than they do men. And I've heard some horror stories.
Nicole says, so we cannot keep asking why black men won't commit when we co-sign grimy behavior by these so-called hood feminine chicks. Gospel truth. That's gospel truth.
No, you ain't gonna worry about committing. The complaints. You can't be with grimy people and be a grimy person and complain that you're looking for something real or you need a good person.
Exactly.
How you gonna do that? They need to be good while you grimy.
Listen, lying about being abducted makes you a bad person. Lying about being pregnant that makes you a bad person. Okay? Calling the cops, knowing that you're the one that started this domestic violence issue, knowing that man could be, that makes you a bad person. Just because you're a woman does not make you a good person. Most of these sisters out here really are bad people. They're liars, they're cheaters, they steal.
They have no character at all.
No moral compass whatsoever.
And I don't even like saying it these ways sometimes, but why do you, like, a lot of people don't want to say these kids are out of control because mama out of control and think it's okay.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So you can't like when tell me how the percentage of adult sisters you see who can check themselves. That's the problem. We got a bunch of adults by age who can't. Okay, I'm showing bad. This is bad manners. This is being a bad human being. This is dead wrong. I need to fix it. This is always a quick get over. It's like life is like tummy tea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this concoction and I'm gonna be a better person. No, you're not, because that you're not putting in the work to be a better person.
They don't believe in that. They don't believe in that.
I like this though. I know too many black women who were molested by uncles, cousins, and various family members. The same woman will get into a relationship with an unsuspected man. See here, this is one of the great things I like about sometimes online. They used to use it was the daddy. But everybody knows that's a lie. You can't tell. So if you were getting molested by your uncles, your cousins, and various family members, your daddy ain't the one doing it. Your mama is co-signing this behavior.
Yeah, women are the gatekeepers to that, and they will turn their back to it, and they will pretend that it didn't happen. They will tell themselves, "Well, that ain't happening." They're the gatekeepers.
It sucks to say this, but a lot of times we gotta say, like, some of our women are just completely out of control, and they think out of control is okay. I like black women when they're feminine. I like you when you just in shape and you got a good body. But I can tell you, what I see in real life is out of control. Too many sisters got forearm tattoos, arm sleeves, chest tattoos. Too many sisters going out in public with flip-flops and pajamas on. Too many sisters just out of shape, not taking care of themselves. Too many sisters cussing out their kids in public, treating children bad. Like, this is teaching their kids how to lie. You see this on a daily basis.
Every day, and they can still maintain the fact that they're good people. That's why I left the church. It was really because of that dysfunction. You got these women coming to church. And I told people all the time, I used to get attacked by overweight women because they would always tell me, oh, look at you over there. Because I think I was like a size 8, somewhere in there. But oh, well, when you get my age, you're gonna be just like me. Oh, when you get my age, you're gonna have your feet gonna be all messed up. You're gonna have bunions and corns. And I'm saying to myself, you have young women out here, and we have to be around these old, bitter, nasty women who are trying to groom us to believe that getting older means you're going to automatically fall off, when the fact of the matter is you're not putting the work into maintaining and taking care of yourself. I'm 40 years old. I know I come across women who are 30, 35, and they think I'm younger than they are, but then they'll have an attitude because it's like, oh, well, how come you don't look whatever? And I'm like, listen, this is my body. I'm going to take care of it as long as I can, because I have to live in this thing for the rest of my life. But that's important to me. Women don't even it's taking care of themselves is not important anymore. It's like, well, whatever. They don't do their hair. They don't shower properly. It's ridiculous. And I'm like, how did we get here?
How do we leave? For real, like, because I'm sorry.
The scary part is, and I think I mentioned this to Gabe before, I said, I feel like the dysfunction has grown so much, I don't even know if we can dig ourselves out of it, because it's become so normal to just be below mediocrity. I used to say that everybody's mediocre, but I think it's gone below that. Nobody strives to just be mediocre anymore. It's just bottom of the barrel, like nothing.
I don't think people realize that they're less than stellar. I don't think people realize that they're subpar, because one of the things I dislike about, like, American female culture, I don't know any other female culture, but is this idea that nobody can be shamed for anything. You can never be not good. Mm-hmm. And men hate it because men hate it with that trophy culture. Like, everybody gets a trophy. You don't deserve a trophy. Sit down. All this, if I'm overweight, I'm good. No, you're not. Yeah, that's unhealthy. If I got a bad attitude, I'm strong. No, you got a bad attitude. Like, if I'm not a nice, how can I say this? If I'm quote unquote strong and independent, that's a good quality. For who? Your girlfriends keep telling you these negative qualities are good. The men tell you it's not. And not understanding how to switch off and on. Like, if you want to be wild with your girlfriends, go do that. Don't be wild with the guys. Guys don't want it.
Let me tell y'all something. When I was in the reserve, the military, we had this sergeant, right? He was like, everybody called him an asshole or whatnot. And he would always yell at people, like, just go off, male and female. Y'all better get it. He would give these orders, but whenever he would get around me, you know what he would say? He would look at me. He said, "That goes for you too." And people always got upset because he was never like harsh, or he was never harsh with me. But I was always, and I think that's probably why I got beat up so much, because I still maintained my femininity and my softness, even though I was in boots in a uniform. And I think the women were so masculine, they just didn't understand that. So they used to give me flack, but they would get upset when they would see, a male sergeant or an officer speak to me in that manner. And it really bothered me, because it was like, wow, I'm a woman. I'm operating as a woman. I'm supposed to be feminine. Why are you attacking me because I'm acting in my nature. I'm feminine. That's what I'm supposed to do. And that really bothers me when I see women going against themselves, but yet they complain when they don't get treated how they think they should. You're going against yourself. That is the greatest sin that anybody on this planet could ever commit, when you go against yourself. When you operate outside of the laws of God, the laws of nature. You think you can have a child and raise him on your own. I heard somebody say being a single parent, that's an oxymoron, because you didn't create this child on your own. A man and a woman came together, you made a baby, but now all of a sudden you're single. You don't need him. You could do it on your own. But that's not the way God created it. So what do you mean when you say you're a single mother? But you're strong and independent.
Two things about that. The femininity thing, which is interesting, because I don't think a lot of the women who are upset about being feminine take into consideration they want a man who is productive. They never have to question if this guy is masculine or not. That hasn't been a question with our women. Are our men masculine? Are they productive? The men are asking, are you feminine?
Mm-hmm.
So you know, whether you like it or not, the guys are still a step ahead of you, because even if you're productive, you still ain't feminine. He's masculine, whether he's productive or not. It's up in the air if you're feminine or not. That's bad. That is very bad. And even when it comes to the single parenting part, if it worked, our society would look better.
Exactly.
That, this is part of this whole lying thing. Like, part of the lie is when something is wrong, we just gonna push it under the rug. The dirt is too big now. The rug looks like a damn hill now.
Well, the reason why they keep doing it is because women don't understand that they've been socialized into that single mother mentality. And this country profits greatly from single women and single mothers. They profit from that. And they don't realize the reason why they destroyed the family and why they keep you in that dysfunctional cycle is because there's a benefit. See, women think they benefit from feminism and doing it on their own, but there's a price that you pay for that. It's a big price, and now we're seeing it. But people keep talking about, well, the fact that I can work is a good thing. Is it?
I mean, you know what? I don't think most men have a problem with women working. What men have a problem with is, just because you're working, that don't make you a man.
Right. But the thing is, you're working, but you still want the same benefit. You want the benefits that everybody got in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. You want equal pay, but you still want him to make more. You want him to do everything. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that's selfish.
Yeah, they want hypergamy without the sacrifice.
There you go.
That's what it is. I made a status about that. Me and Frank talked about it. They want hypergamy without the sacrifice. I'm strong and independent, and I can do what I want to do, and I don't need no man, but you better hold that door open for me when we go on a date, and you better pay the whole rent and the light bill and all the bills. That's all it comes down to.
Like, what? Thursday, Thanksgiving. I can tell you right now, there are a lot of sisters who didn't cook or didn't know how. And I can say that with a straight face. And guess what? Christmas is coming up, and it's going to be the same thing.
And let me say this, Elia. I wanted to say this on my page the other day, but the ancestors had a different plan for me. Probably because they knew I was being petty. And that status would not post. But I'm going to say it here. There was an individual last year, and I want you fellas to realize this, is that there was a woman last year. She hit me up around Christmas time, and she said she's tired of being by herself on the holidays. She said this is yet another Christmas, yet another holiday where I will be by myself with no man and no family, and nothing to show for it. I'm just by myself. See, what feminism and shea butter hoes and 50-50 chicks and all these other manlets out here don't tell you is that when you desire to see, you can preach all this feminist talk all day. The white feminists go home to their husbands. Okay? They're not going to be alone for Thanksgiving. They're not going to be alone for Christmas. What they don't tell you, sisters, are when you actually buy into that crap that they're spewing, is that you're going to be alone by yourself for the holiday. So they don't need to know how to cook LAR because they're going to be by themselves.
Yeah, well,
and wondering where their man is.
This is the flip side of the protection. And, you know, you want guys to protect. Like, when you want blanket protection and blanket provision, and there, if you ask a lot of sisters, okay, what do black women collectively blanket do for black men?
I was getting ready to say something so mean, but I'm gonna shut up.
Say it, because this is a channel to say it on.
No, no. He said, "What do black women collectively do for black men?" That's what you said, LAR?
Yeah.
I was gonna be an asshole. I was gonna say they give them blowjobs, but that's not nice.
They don't do that.
I was about to tell you.
And the ones that do it don't do it good.
For real?
Can we be real? See, y'all gonna come over here.
I mean,
with the truth.
I don't know because I don't have a penis, so I don't know.
Y'all ain't really giving us head like that. And the ones they do give head, you suck at it.
Oh, so, wow.
You just need to keep it real on that.
See,
I learned something new.
See, I'm a guy who will say there's a lot of women who are unsatisfied sexually when you hit over 30. You know, they don't have orgasms. You get them together, you talk to them, that comes up a lot. Over 30, 35. But what's not talked about is a lot of these women are not satisfying the men. Like, a lot of times dressing up and showing your butt and the guy's supposed to take over from there. There are a lot of dead fish women. There are a lot of women.
Yes. You got a lot of dead fish chicks.
Yeah.
And they wondering why they can't get the bills paid. Yeah. The reason that nigga ain't paying the rent or paying the light bills because you're a dead fish and you suck.
And the crazy part about it is, if you actually start digging in them, they're down with that too.
Yep. Oh no! Please stop! I can't.
For real? Oh damn!
And I'm hating
and everything.
Since you don't have a penis, ShanTina, I'm about to tell you some things. You got the women who have mental breakdowns in the middle of sex and start crying, whether it be because the sex is good or because they're a little off. You know what I'm saying? You got
it happened before.
Exactly. You got the women who
are you serious?
Oh yes. You got the women who are dead fish, but then they're dead fish because you come to find out they cheating. They don't want you digging in it because they man gonna figure it out. Then
good Lord.
Oh yeah. You know, then you got the women who have these twisted fantasies where disrespect me, smack me, spit on me, treat me like this is a rape scene. And it's like, yo, that might be a little too much, but that's out there. Then you got the women who talk a great game, but then they get in the bed and then, you know, they have a bunch of, wait, stop, hold on. I mean, we have, hold up. You know, a lot of women don't talk about, you know, when women are, a lot of our sisters aren't in shape. So you remember that scene with and Waiting to Exhale when the dude started sweating real fast?
Yeah.
There are a lot of sisters who don't work out who sweat like that when you on top of them. Jesus. You like the ones who can't give good head. You know, it's a reason why. And the girls who make sex bad on purpose. Now those bad ones. We're not even talking about the women who you actually give an orgasm to, and now you can't get rid of them.
Talk about it, LAR. Please break it down for them.
You know, there are sisters who, you know, I want this feeling every day. So now you're going to be having sex with this chick. she's gonna catch feelings over the sex. But here's the thing: she still might be in that feminist mindset, and she still ain't gonna do nothing for you. But
bingo,
everything is about sex, and in a sense where it's grown, it sucks to say this, but you like I flat out told plenty of chicks this: if you don't have to start an argument to have sex, if you just want rough sex, just say it. You grown. That'll shut a chick down real fast. Cause you're like, oh, no game? No, you ain't got to play no games. You know, the girls who tell her girlfriends what's going on in the bedroom, and now her girlfriend's coming over flirting with you when she walks away.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
The girls that like girls, but so they try to ease their girlfriends into the mix. See, I think it's just dudes who do it. It's not just dudes. The women who had their career, they were strong and independent. They went for their career. Now they're grown and they got baby fever. So now they're into sex as a cover to get pregnant.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, guys got to be careful now. And the women who got STDs from being young and wild and want to give the men STDs now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't. It's twisted, and a lot of times we don't even want to talk about, like, the guys have a lot more to deal with than these ladies think. You know.
Sad part is that when, you know, me, if I bring it to another woman's attention, I'll get yelled at because it's like, well, you know, you supposed to be on my side because, you know, we team women. But I'm like, no, I'm team truth. We gotta speak. You know, you can't just be one-sided. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm gonna call you on it. I don't care.
And that's messed up because they shouldn't talk to you crazy about that, but they will.
Of course, they do all the time. I used to get phone calls from, you know, quote unquote friends, and they just go on about black men, and I'm like, okay, so why? Tell me the real reason why you're upset. This is not because of black men. Tell me what's going on here. But it all goes back to childhood. Whatever you didn't get in childhood, you grow up with all that baggage. But now it's everybody else's fault. But all the black men are responsible for what your dad didn't do.
What's sad, and I've talked to a sister about this, and I even said this on my page recently, where what winds up happening with a lot of sisters, whether they know it or not, they were given the hate from the ladies in their lives. Yes. You got to do this so you don't have to depend on no man. No man was in the equation to make you hate. Like, men don't go around, I want to be a cop, so I don't have to deal with women. We don't do that. I want to be an engineer so I don't have to worry about a woman in my life. We don't do that. And that whole mindset messes chicks up.
Passed it down to because I had a cousin who told me that. She said because her husband divorced her, so that she was trying to program me into, you know, being that, you know, because you just never know, girl, because they'll just up and leave, you know, out of nowhere. You won't know what happened. So you just make sure you because they were criticizing. I have another cousin who's married. She doesn't work. Her husband is he's making money, so she don't need to work. But they were criticizing her for not working because of that mentality. She better get a job because if he leaves, then she gonna be SOL, and she's stupid. If I was her, I'd be working. I would not be sitting here letting no man take care of me. But I'm like,
you know what's weird? A lot of like, we don't talk about from a male point of view. A lot of sisters just don't take care of home.
They don't. But the cousin who was telling me to work because her husband left, when I started asking questions and backtracking what happened, because when that whole divorce happened, I was young. I didn't understand what was going on. But then the more she talked about it, I was like, oh, now I see why he left.
I'm fair in this aspect. There's some guys who ain't no good. And if you come across them guys, they ain't no good. And
I agree.
Whatever you feel about that guy and them type of guys, I can agree with you 100%. But here's the thing, like, you got to think about, like, some people don't think about what they're doing. And sometimes
it's from women is that they'll do every nasty sexual act before they get married. As soon as they get married, they stop doing everything.
Stay right. Hold on 1 second, ShanTina. Dane, I'm actually glad you said this, and I'm gonna let LAR and ShanTina chop it up after I say this. Vicious Babe got in here and she said, OMG, black men are leading an incurable STD. Stop the BS. And Dan, you make a real good point. And Frank, you quoted me when I always say that you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. There was actually an article not too long ago that actually stated that Black women have no problem being with bisexual men. So if we want to go there and talk about that vicious babe, a lot of you Black women are so nasty and your sexual habits are so disgusting that you don't mind if the man is playing backdoor with another man. That's why your STD rates are so high. Continue.
If we really gonna go there, this is one of the things about the lying. Because see, gay guys count when it's time to demean straight men. But then gay guys are also on the outskirts. But if you want to make an argument, you throw gay guys in the mix with straight guys. So a lot of sisters don't want to take into consideration. Men don't see, if there's no such thing as a bisexual man to men.
No, it's either gay or straight.
That's it. So the uncurable diseases, where else does this happen a lot? Jail.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I ain't even gonna say, years ago I used to work, and part of me being working, I was in the medical center out here.
Mm-hmm.
You ladies do not really know how many guys got bust wide open in jail and they had to take them to the hospital to get fixed. Y'all don't want to know how many times you seen somebody in an orange jumpsuit getting escorted, leaking down the hall, and they gotta mop the floor after every step.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But these are the guys y'all like, and some of these guys, they took it from them. This wasn't voluntary. So some of these guys, some of these guys are voluntary. Some of these guys, they took it from them. But we don't want to talk about, these are the guys you like.
Exactly.
Talk about it.
These are the guys you like.
They ain't gonna listen to me. Tell them, please tell them.
You know, one of the other things, what about the tattoo culture? Y'all all ain't getting tattoos from the right places. What about sharing weed? Y'all all ain't sharing weed with somebody who just straight. Not just straight, but who's healthy. See, when you talk about this drug culture, a lot of you ladies don't want to talk about, some of y'all like smoking weed and getting high and having sex with dudes, getting drunk and having sex with dudes. Some of y'all used to love ecstasy or Molly now, and because you get real horny and you wake up and talk about, I don't know what happened. I know plenty of women who went out, got drunk, and then woke up in a hotel. I think something happened to me. And 2 months later, you know what they did? Went out, got drunk, and woke up in another hotel.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Like some of these wild sexual acts, it's because some ladies are going out looking for sex.
Yes.
In the worst way.
Yes.
But if somebody asks you for it, that's a problem. And I hate to be like that, but you know, do women get raped? Absolutely. You know, I still want to beat the brakes off of a guy right now because he raped somebody I know. But I've met too many women who do the oh, I didn't know, I don't normally do this. Oh, I was high that night. But you get high all the time.
And fellas, I want y'all to understand, when women tell you that I don't normally do this, that is a lie.
It's a lie, yeah.
That is a lie.
It's like me saying I don't normally eat, but
right. Yeah, I mean, that's like the same for me. You know, oh my God, I don't normally indulge in this fried chicken and gravy here, but you sitting around here 400 pounds. Like, come on now, let's be real.
See, nobody wants to talk about the women's bathroom in some of these clubs where they doing cocaine. We don't talk about that.
I can co-sign all this because I know about all this.
We don't talk about the girls who, one of the reasons why women like drug dealers, especially when they're young, especially hood and street, is because you get free dope for sex.
Yep.
This is why.
Yeah, all the girls in high school, all their boyfriends, well, the majority, I should say majority, they had their boyfriends were drug dealers.
But then it ain't even, it goes past high school. Because I know grown women who date dope boys, and I'm like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's in the streets. Oh, okay, I get it. So you ain't got to be a dope dealer. You could just be somebody in the streets. He got the hookup. You know, I've seen that far too many times.
But it's become a norm. I mean, you know, when I was in high school, I was a boyfriend. He was clean cut. He was tall, you know, in shape. He wore his pants on his waist. He didn't sag. Um, and you know, the girls made fun of. They were like, "Oh, you go with that square dude. You go with the square dude that don't talk to nobody." Oh,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, why would I not like somebody who's civilized? And people get mad at me when I use that word,
You know what?
civilized.
You about to make me say something, and Gabe, you gonna wind up talking about this on another show. We don't
Say
want
it,
to talk. We do
Please
not want
say
to.
it.
We
Say
don't
it,
want to
Ellen.
talk about all the guys who got their stuff together, whether they were just students or hood dudes. They got their stuff together. They got and now they live in at least a middle class life away from the hood. We don't want to talk about all the women who used to be so hood moving out to those places looking for a man.
man. My God.
We don't want to talk about, you know, she got all her kids in the grocery store looking for a man. She got her kids at Walmart looking for a man. She
Bringing down
dressed very
the
provocative,
home.
trying to get attention, looking for a man.
Dude.
You know, she pimping her kid out in the little league, hopefully get a scholarship, or the kid could play at the high school, so the kid could either go somewhere and she could find a man in the process. We don't talk about the same guys that they say, you know, they got away. You know, oh, this guy's a lame, he's this or that. When they see these guys, they move to these neighborhoods. The section, when we talk about Section 8 housing, people think about Section 8 housing in the hood. You don't talk about Section 8 housing in the suburbs. You don't talk about
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
We
they
don't
run
talk
out
about
there
that.
to the suburbs with their 5 bastards in tow, bringing down the property value of the homes. Because my parents, we have a home in the suburbs, and I kid you not, they tried with every fiber of their being to ruin our neighborhood. They'd come out there, they'd be stealing and robbing and vandalizing. And you were like, where's all this coming from? It's usually the single mom with her 4 or 5 bastard kids.
Yeah, but now they don't do that.
Running down the neighborhoods, trying to find a man. But see, we don't really want to talk about that.
See, now they don't. Now they even the suburbs got hip to it. So what they do is they'll have certain apartment complexes or townhome subdivisions they'll let you rent in that are like in but out.
Yep. If
So
you go to your local suburb, you in those nice areas like and think in the DMV, what would that be? Prince George County would be real.
Prince George County. Yeah.
Yeah. You'll see certain areas like LAR just said, all the hood folks will be over there, out in the cut of that area, to try and preserve the integrity of the neighborhood. Because if not, they'll ruin it.
Because see, in PG County, what happened when they started switching DC, like cleaning out all of that hood in the ghetto, they took them to PG County. So now DC is building up, and now it's going back to be white again. And now PG County, certain areas, you have your more rich areas in PG County, but you have one pocket, one section that's still like, you know, where they have that, you know, the hood mentality with the hood areas. But where my mom lived, they had 2 or 3 Section 8 homes there, and every night their kids will be outside. Well, mainly in the summertime, they will be outside till 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And one night they got so bad that a neighbor had to yell outside and tell them to go in the house, because he said, "Look, we're working people here. We have to get up in the morning. Go in the house." But you shouldn't have to say that. If you're paying a mortgage, if your mortgage is $8, $9, $1,000 a month, and then they renting out the same house that you live in, and they're only paying $100, that's no.
And the crazy part is, and I don't know why this is, like, you know, part of that hood mentality of not being cleanly. I hate that. I hate that because even if you're paying Section 8, you should still be clean.
Their mind isn't clean, so of course their house, their
Yeah.
homes are going to be clean.
That whole thing, well, I'm gonna just get over. I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. And mind you, forever, anybody who's listening, there are poor people who wind up making money, and they brought that mentality to the rich neighborhoods. They can afford things, you know. No, Tori, it's not all black women's fault, but guess what? It's not all black men's fault. We're not the bane of your problems either. You do have problems. Being a black woman does not absolve you from having problems.
And that's the problem. Too many of you ladies, y'all sit up and talk about black men. Listen, I've gotten on here plenty of times. I've talked about how black men need to be better builders. We need to be more assertive. We need to be more firm and get on code when it comes to building and establishing things our women and children can be proud of. I never see you hoes on those programs when I talk about that either. But that I digress.
You know what? I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna say it. When we talked about submission, and I've said this a few times, see, sisters don't have a problem submitting to the guys they're attracted to. They don't have a problem. It's not bashing if he fine. It's not bashing if you want to screw him. But the guy who's actually about building or action, it's a problem to hear from him. That's when it's bashing. If you're not attracted to him and he's actually productive, that's when it's bashing. Because sometimes you sisters don't realize what you basically saying to guys who got their stuff together and going in a positive direction. I need to take my fuckery to you.
Exactly.
And the guy's like, no. Wait a minute, a real man, if you're a real man, you can accept my fuckery and build. No.
Yeah, a real man can't handle me. I mean, a real man, no, you're not a real man if you can't handle me. That's what they say. They want to be handled like a wild dog.
See, a lot of, like I talked about it. Lori Harvey is a thought. She got money.
I made a comment on Gabe's video the other day. She was engaged to a clean cut. He appeared to be a competent young man. I'll say that. That was his appearance. And I was like, okay, she get married and she gonna live her life, whatever. And next thing I know, I hear about the engagement being broken off. Now she's dating. Now she's dating Future, but before him it was somebody else. I can't remember.
It was Diddy's son and then Diddy. and she tried to holler at Jay-Z when Beyonce was in the room.
But now she's with Future.
This is the issue. How often do women say that's a problem? That's just a hot girl summer in their eyes. That's not a problem in their eyes.
Well, it becomes a problem when they start to become a certain age, and then all of a sudden men are supposed to want to settle down with them because they're ready.
And truth be told, I don't have a problem with a woman who figures it out and becomes a grown woman.
Me either, Elliot.
If she becomes a grown woman late, whatever. As long as she's a grown woman. But what I do have a problem with is don't be a hood rat in a grown woman's veneer. Exactly. Don't be masquerading.
Well, see, I'm gonna say this. A lot of times people think that our problems with single moms is the child. Not so fast. Now, for some of us, that is the case, and it's hard to look at a woman and be like, oh man, you got evidence of her letting some nigga nut in her, like just sitting there, like this. That's hard for a lot of men to process. But I love children. That's why before I dated single moms, I was always cool with giving them a chance and dating them because I love kids and kids love me. So I'd be playing with the kids. We'd have a good time. The main problem is with single moms, and if single moms would understand this, you wouldn't have this jihad against them today. It's the mentality that men complain about. It's not so much the child they're complaining about. Some do. But if you ever listen to most broadcasts or podcasts or any complaint about single moms, it's their mentality. And like y'all just said, a lot of them, they refuse to grow and they refuse to change. It's the lack of unaccountability that most men have an issue with. A lot of these chicks refuse to be accountable for anything. So how can I take you serious if you won't even be accountable for the mistake that you made? How you gonna sit here and tell me that God or the ancestors or Allah or Buddha destined for this child to be here, and you're making them grow up in less than stellar conditions? You always hear these single moms running around talking about, so my child saved my life. Well, it's not about you. It's about the child now. See, that's the problem a lot of men have with single moms.
It's narcissism, because we narcissistic people will turn other people into objects. Black children are viewed as objects. Black men are viewed as objects now. You're supposed to go out and work, and they have children and think that the children are supposed to fulfill their emotional need. I grew up, my mother was like that. I was supposed to be her because she didn't have a husband, so I was the oldest. So my job, I wasn't allowed to have a life. My life was helping her with her two other mistakes, because she had 3 kids out of wedlock. So when my younger sister came, of course, she couldn't maintain the relationship with her father. So, well, she's here, so she got to help. So I didn't get a life, because I was supposed to be home with her and helping with the duties around the house and maintaining the mistakes. But as long as I did that, I was viewed as okay or good in her eyes. If I wasn't allowed to have a life, because that was selfish, or I was going against my mother, because in the black community, we worship our mothers. They're perfect. They can do no wrong, no matter what they do. So as long as I was blowing smoke up my mother's ass and kissing it, I was okay.
Unfortunately, one of the things that came into the mix was deadbeat dads.
Mm-hmm.
When deadbeat dads who are deadbeats, see, technology changed that whole scene. Now you're starting to realize all these guys ain't deadbeats, and all these guys ain't bad guys. And now it's like, wait a minute, wait. You had a baby with, like, guys could be cool with deadbeat. Okay, you was dating a dope boy, you was dating a street dude, you got pregnant being young, cool. We're seeing less of that, and women having kids with guys who are actually guys, and they're causing a problem. And it's like, okay, so let me get it if this guy is a criminal. I can get it if this guy's a deadbeat, but I can't get it if this guy's a hardworking man. What are you doing? See, a lot of men who date single mothers have ran into that, where, when you see your exes and the baby daddy, some of these exes and baby daddies, you'd be looking at them like, you left him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait a minute. Why you leave him? And there is no real understanding to this.
Mm-hmm.
The kids don't get along. Anybody who date a woman who has kids by multiple men,
they don't get along at all. They have so much resentment for each other, especially if one father is there for their child, exactly, and they're getting them all this stuff and providing, and the other child father isn't. See, that's what a lot of you nasty chicks don't understand about having kids with multiple men. That it causes problem amongst your children.
It causes a problem because a lot of times those kids have different personalities too. I mean, you're basically living in a house. If you got 3 kids by 3 different men, that's 3 different personalities under one roof trying to get along.
And they don't get along. They always beefing.
And the crazy part about it, always. The crazy part about their personalities is, ladies, if you have a child with somebody, you need to get to know their family too.
Exactly. Bingo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because what's happening is you don't know your kid because you don't know their family.
Exactly. How many times have I heard that? I don't know what's wrong with you. People, when I'm around my dad's side of family, I click with them more because they see my dad in me. So there's no conflict because they know my father, so they understand me. My mother, it was once I think I hit the beat, like teenage years, it was a constant battle because in her mind, she's trying to figure out who am I, like as if I'm transforming into some entity that she has no knowledge about. But it was a simple fact that she was getting pregnant by a man who she didn't even know. She probably didn't even care to get to know him, to be honest. And that's the problem. How you sleeping with somebody, you having kids by them, and it's just, they don't even see the error in that. You're sleeping with somebody, or you claim to be in a relationship, but you don't even know who you're with. Like, what is that?
You know, part of the problem of taking credit for stuff. You know, you take credit if your kid is doing something that ain't in your family, but you'll say they got it from me. But if your kid do something bad,
they got that from TV. They got that from TV. I don't know what they got that from TV. That's what I hear all the time. You've been watching too much TV.
It's like it's not gonna work. It's just
my mother, but she went as far as blaming it on because I used to listen to like alternative music, and she's blamed it on that. She said it was the devil's music. That's why I was that's my problem. I'm listening to the devil's music. But you see, they'll come up with any excuse and anything to blame to try to justify or figure out their children. Oh, it has to be something evil. You're under the influence of other people. But I always, when I got older, I said, if you knew my father, if you knew who that man was, you wouldn't even be shocked or surprised at the stuff that I like. You wouldn't be surprised at who I am. And that's really sad that a woman, these women are having children and they have no idea who they are because they don't even know who the man is.
And unfortunately, I'm gonna add this to that. Some of you ladies, because you aren't feminine, you're not a woman yet. You don't even know who you are.
That's another one.
And you know this idea that you have to be manly or masculine, it's really put a lot of women in arrested development. Because you don't, like, I crack up when I see women who don't know how to walk in heels at a certain. I'm like, seriously?
Ooh.
Like you this old and you don't know how to walk in? It's the equivalent to seeing a grown man who looks disheveled in a suit.
Do you know, I came out of my job one day. I was in my early 20s. I came out of work and I used to wear heels every day. Now, when I was driving my car to work, I would park out back. I would always wear my heels, to the car or whatever. Do you know, I came out of the building and I walked. It was a herd of heifers standing outside. Do you know, it was like maybe 8 of them. And I walked real fast past them because I was like, oh, shoot, I'm in Wild Kingdom now. I got to look out because they may, jump on me. So they sat there and they watched me walk all the way to my car. I didn't even know they were watching me until I got in. And I looked and I seen all of them just looking at me like a pack of those hyenas from the Lion King. That's how they look. And I was like, and they were just watching me. And everybody in the office would always tell me, they would say, they would talk about me falling. Like they hope I fall and break my ankle. That's what they would say.
That's bad, because the only 2 populations in Black America that know how to walk are the minority of feminine women and strippers. And you laughing, but I ain't lying. They're the only 2 groups that know how to walk in heels. Everybody else is like this.
But they hated the fact that I could. To me, putting on heels feels natural. I don't feel like I'm gonna. But it's like, why would that even come out of your mouth? Like, you're gonna watch somebody hoping that they fall.
Listen, that's a real good point you guys are making about the heels, because as a man who loves a woman in good heels, I have no qualms about it. And I love women with pretty feet too. I've said that on my channel plenty of times, said it on other panels. Women that know how to walk in heels and open toe shoes, that's a turn on to me. A lot of sisters don't know how to do that. They love wearing flats and sneakers. You have all these Black chicks running around here talking about some of their sneaker heads. That's because they don't know how to walk in a pump or a stiletto.
But Gabe, they're sneaker heads because you have listen. Somebody was trying to set me up with this guy. I think I was in my early 20s, And I was used to be a diva. I've calmed down, but I used to be a diva. I would not leave out of my house without I didn't wear like a lot of makeup, but I wore mascara, lipstick. My hair was always out. I was always in heels. I had my French tips. I was just a diva. And I did that for me. It was never to, because around here in the DMV, a lot of men, the majority of them, they like the tomboys and the masculine energy women. So I was out with this guy, and he was like, no offense, but you're not my type. And I said, okay, so what's your type? And he shows me a picture of his ex-girlfriend. A basketball jersey, biker shorts, sneakers. I mean, she just looked like a tomboy, but that's what she likes. So when you hear women talk about their sneakerheads, a lot of guys now they like that. They don't want a woman. They're not looking at the feminine women, unfortunately.
Let me say this to that, and LAR, you can add to this. A lot of dudes that are like that. Now, again, I'm a sneakerhead. In fact, I have a sneaker shoe company that'll be releasing next year. I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm into sneakers, right? Most men, I'm not trying to date a chick that's, when I come home, she's dressed like me. She thugged out. Now, I don't mind a girl putting on sneakers. I think it's dope that girls can do both. But any dude that tell you he prefers a chick that wears Jordans over a pair of heels,
that's what
he's doing one or two things. He's either lying or he's gay.
See, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna have to get out of here.
He told me that. What was the motivation for saying he was like? Because I wasn't offended. If that's your type, is your type. I was like, okay, cool. We ended up being like friends. Like it was just strictly platonic. He went and got what he wanted to get. It was cool. I wasn't upset. But why do you think he preferred women like that, or tomboyish women?
I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna have to get out of there because I gotta get on another panel. Actually,
you gotta get. And I'm about to wrap.
Go ahead. It's two reasons. Because I get the tomboyish thing, but see, it's a lie. When guys like women who are tomboyish, they expect them to be way more feminine and tomboyish every now and then.
Yes, I'm telling you, that's not true. I'm telling you.
So the thing about it is, when a girl is too tomboyish, what you start thinking is, okay, threesomes. That's why I like her. Threesomes.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, because when a girl is when a girl is overly tomboyish, you think of a girl who played basketball. See, think about it.
Yeah, that's how she looked, like a basketball chick.
And what are most basketball chicks?
Studs.
Exactly. See, when you think about female athletes, basketball, volleyball, track. Basketball is the only one where you're going to have a bunch of women like women. Volleyball and track, they like men.
Bruh, have y'all seen some of these volleyball games?
I'm just saying.
I've seen them, Gabe. I've seen them.
Hey, I'll be like, yes, sir.
But let me say this, and then I'm out. The other thing about the tomboy thing is a lot of women don't pay attention to this. If a girl is a tomboy, too tomboyish, you could cheat on her, and she knows why. Because she ain't ladylike enough.
That's it.
You don't have to take her places because after a while it's gonna get embarrassing. You can't take her certain places because she's gonna dress too doggone boyish. Yep. That's like marrying a chick who want to show up to the wedding and have a power suit on, a white power suit with a veil. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna catch y'all, man.
Yeah, go ahead, LAR, man. Tell people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me at a Chick-fil-A and Popeyes in the line looking for a chicken sandwich. And on my page.
Man, y'all already know what it is. But hey, thank you for hopping on, LAR, man.
Peace.
Bye, LAR.
Bye, ShanTina.
Bye-bye.
ShanTina, man, we're gonna go close it out. My mom is wanting me to go to the store for her. She's been patient enough, man. I'm gonna go on and do some errands before I head back to the house for the week, man. Go ahead and give us some closing thoughts and words. And tell people where they can find you, and tell people about the book as well.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, ShanTina Delaney. Just type it in, my name will come up. I'm not gonna say my last name. And my book is on Amazon. It's called Soul Work, Soul Food, and Sea Change. It's under the name of Delaney ShanTina. So if you just put in Delaney ShanTina in the search in Amazon, it should pop up.
Right.
And as far as this discussion, it has been very informative, very I loved every second of it, and I always appreciate you having me on. And I appreciate you. I appreciate Nicole of the movement, and I love everybody.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey guys, first off, I want to thank you guys for coming by and to the channel and listening. We were deep in here today. We got up to 98 folks in the chat.
Ooh.
So that's a record for me. I guess Sundays are a good day. I'm gonna have to adjust my work schedule to accommodate this, because this was I may actually start doing all my lives on Sunday between this time before all the big heavy hitters come on, like Tariq and TBA. But I do want to thank you guys for coming by and listening. Today, even the trolls that got blocked, we appreciate you haters too, because without y'all, you know, I use your hate as fuel, to be perfectly honest. I can't stand it, but I use it as fuel. The whole purpose, the reason I wanted to do this show is because the rhetoric that Miss Femininity Influencer April Mason is pushing is not only false, it's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous rhetoric. And when we have a lot of black women blaming black men, even when they're wrong and in their wrong, instead of admitting that they're wrong, they double down on their insanity and on their dysfunction. The community as a whole has a problem. I'm going to start getting on all these fake femininity teachers, all these fake femininity influencers. Y'all are on my hit list. If I have to get on here and cook y'all every day, I will. The only femininity influencer I'm co-signing is Nicole Michelle. Period. Mm-hmm. That's it. I'm not co-signing nobody else. You got all these scam artists out here in other countries talking about some femininity, and just because if you speak soft, it makes you feminine. But they're fakes and they're phonies. And I'm not going to sit here and ask men and brothers and require all these men to protect you guys. We're going to make a distinction between real feminine women, hood rats and hoes, and fake feminine women. That's what I'm going to do over here. I'm not going to sit here and tell these men to cover and protect y'all, and y'all out here on something else. I ain't going to do it. Period. I'm sorry. You can hate me. You can get mad. You can get over here and troll. Report the page. Report the video. I don't care. I'm not going to sit here and tolerate it. And I'm not going to encourage these men. I'm sick of all this mess. All this hood mess. All this ghetto junk. I'm tired of it. And the fact that she's supposed to be this, she got this big, huge following. That's a big sign that a lot of the women that are quote unquote looking to be feminine, they're not looking to be feminine. They're looking for a gimmick and a game. Gimmicks don't get you men. Gimmicks give you babies, but they don't give you lifelong partners. So y'all can sit over here. Y'all can support these fake folks all you want. I'm on y'all head from here on out. Period. Brothers, don't protect these women until they earn it. Go home and be with your family needs you. Your mom needs you. Your brothers need you. Your sisters need you. Your children need you. Your wives, your girlfriends, your fiancés, they need you. Don't be out here randomly protecting these hoes that don't even deserve it. They don't even appreciate it because they're out here inadvertently putting hits on your life because they're out here making false reports because their self-esteem and their ego is so damaged. I ain't going to tolerate it. Not going to deal with it. If you would like to donate to the channel and if you'd like to contribute in a financial way, you can go to paypal.me/ultimateblackman. I also have Cash App. You can do the $, $Ultimate Black Man. But the biggest way that you can support the channel is liking this video, sharing this video, and subscribing to the channel. I want to thank you guys for listening, and we will catch you on the flip side. Y'all be blessed. Ashe, and we'll see you soon.